Beloved listener, know this: you do not need to chase luck, for the source of all abundance already resides within you. Many believe that fortune is outside themselves, hidden in a ticket, a number, or a chance. But I tell you, the true lottery is drawn from the infinite supply of God, and it is never a gamble. Divine law does not deal in chance, it deals in certainty. I recall once speaking with a woman who longed to win the lottery. She imagined the numbers, she dreamed of the freedom, yet her heart trembled with fear of lack. I told her, do not put your faith in numbers, put your faith in God. For when you align with the infinite, money comes by divine right, in perfect ways, through perfect channels, and in perfect timing. The woman released her anxious grasp, and within weeks, unexpected streams of wealth flowed to her, more than any ticket could have promised. Such is the certainty of divine law when one trusts. The world teaches you to hope for luck, Spirit teaches you to know the law. Luck may fail, but law never fails. God is your unfailing source. The same Spirit that clothed the lilies, fed the multitudes, and parted the seas, is the Spirit that supplies your every need today. You do not beg for abundance, you claim it as your divine inheritance. Say within yourself now, God is my supply, I am one with the infinite source. Riches of every kind flow to me freely, endlessly, and under grace. Beloved, when you purchase a lottery ticket, you may think you are buying a chance. But in truth, every day of your life is a lottery, and your winning ticket is your consciousness. The subconscious mind is the great drawing bowl. Whatever you impress upon it with feeling and faith will be drawn into your experience. If you plant seeds of fear, you reap scarcity. If you plant seeds of certainty in God, you reap abundance. I knew a man who once declared, I am a winner by divine right. I do not chase wealth. Wealth chases me. He spoke these words daily with gratitude. Opportunities appeared, debts dissolved, and contracts aligned as though the universe itself conspired in his favor. And indeed it did. For he had impressed upon the great law that he was not waiting for chance, he was aligned with certainty. Let us not forget, the lottery of spirit never runs out of prizes. Divine substance cannot be depleted. What belongs to you cannot be lost, and what is yours, by divine right, will reach you, no matter the channel. It may come through business, through gifts, through sudden opportunities, or yes, even through a lottery ticket. But never limit God to one channel. Keep your faith wide, your heart open, and your words aligned with truth. Repeat with me now, I am guided to my riches by divine right. The money I need and desire comes to me in perfect ways. God is my endless source, and I cannot miss what belongs to me. Beloved, the lottery is not outside of you, it is within you. Every thought is a draw, every word a number, every belief a ticket. Align them with faith, not fear. Impress upon your mind that God is your banker, your broker, your infinite reservoir. When you do this, you hold the winning ticket of life, and so I leave you with this unshakable truth. You need not wonder if you will win, for in God's law, you have already won. Infinite supply is yours. Bless what you have, release your doubts, and declare with joy, God is my lottery source, and I am a winner now and always. Beloved listener, hear this truth, and let it sink deeply into the fertile soil of your soul. Fortune is not a game of chance, nor is abundance scattered like dice across the table of life. Fortune is the certainty of spirit, the law of God made visible in your affairs. Too many have been taught to bow to luck, to hope that a number, a card, or a fleeting turn of events might carry them to prosperity. But divine law does not deal in chance, it deals in absolute unshakable certainty. Chance is the language of the fearful heart. Certainty is the language of God. When you build your life upon chance, you are building on shifting sand. When you build upon divine law, you stand upon the rock of ages, and no storm, no scarcity, no shadow can overthrow you. There was once a woman who told me with tears in her eyes, if only I could win the lottery, all my troubles would be over. She imagined a sudden miracle, a shower of riches raining upon her from the sky. But behind her longing, I heard the tremor of fear, the desperation of one who believes she is separated from her good. I said to her, do not place your faith in tickets and numbers. Place your faith in God, for He is your endless source. What the lottery promises in chance, God guarantees in law. Beloved, the lottery may or may not draw your number, but the law of God never fails to draw to you what belongs to you by divine right. This is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual mathematics. 2 and 2 will always make 4, seed time and harvest will always follow, faith and expectancy will always draw supply. The world has taught you to gamble with your good, but Spirit teaches you to claim it. You do not have to beg, plead, or strive. You only have to know, for when you know, the universe rearranges itself in perfect order to deliver your supply. Say now with me, I do not depend upon chance, I depend upon God. My prosperity is certain, my supply is sure, for it is rooted in divine law. The moment you shift from hoping to knowing, from chance to certainty, your entire vibration changes. Fear leaves you, doubt dissolves. You walk with the confidence of one who knows the banker of the universe is underwriting your every step. You are not leaning on a fragile branch, you are supported by the everlasting arms. I recall a man who lived in constant expectation of luck. He played the games, followed the numbers, chased signs and symbols as though prosperity might hide behind them. But the more he sought, the further prosperity seemed. One day, weary of waiting, he cried out, God, show me a better way, and the still small voice within whispered, I am your way. From that day forward, he no longer depended upon chance. He began to speak with authority. God is my source. Opportunities come to me freely. Wealth flows to me under grace. Within weeks his business revived, unexpected contracts appeared, and the floodgates opened. What luck had never given him, divine law supplied without fail. Beloved, do you see, when you rely on chance, you live in uncertainty. When you rely on God, you live in abundance. The supply of God cannot be blocked, delayed, or denied. It is endless, boundless, and ever-present. The same Spirit that clothed the lilies in beauty, that fed the multitude with a few loaves and fishes, is the Spirit that governs your finances today. Do not say, if I am lucky, I will prosper. Say instead, because I am one with God, I prosper now. Do not say, perhaps I will win. Say, in spirit, I have already won, and my victory manifests in perfect ways. What does it profit a man to hold a winning ticket in his hand, if his heart is still filled with fear of losing? True prosperity is not a matter of numbers, but of consciousness. When you know that God is your source, you hold the winning ticket of life itself. Let us affirm together, I walk in certainty, not chance. Divine law is my foundation, and abundance is my inheritance. What belongs to me by divine right, comes to me swiftly, surely, and without resistance. God is my source, and therefore I can never lack. Now, beloved, as you let this truth take root, you will find yourself lifted from the restless seeking of luck into the calm assurance of law. You will no longer chase prosperity, it will chase you. You will no longer wait on numbers, you will walk in certainty, and as you grasp this first truth you are prepared for the next, that your true lottery ticket is not a slip of paper, but your consciousness itself. Beloved, now that you know fortune is not found in chance, but in the certainty of divine law, let us step deeper into this truth. Your true lottery ticket is not printed on paper, not marked with numbers, not purchased with coins or currency. Your true ticket is written in the secret place of your consciousness, impressed upon the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Whatever you plant there with faith, with vision, with unwavering conviction, will surely sprout, bloom, and bear fruit in your affairs. The subconscious is a great lottery bowl, ever drawing from the impressions placed upon it. It does not argue, it does not reason, it does not choose, it simply accepts and reproduces the pattern impressed upon it. If you place fear into it, it draws you fear. If you plant worry, it brings you scarcity. If you impress upon it faith, abundance, and thanksgiving, then with precision, it draws you supply, opportunities, and provision. Beloved listener, you are always playing the lottery of life. Every thought, every word, every feeling is a number you place in the bowl. The world has taught you to depend upon tickets, but Spirit teaches you to depend upon truth, and the law is unfailing. Like attracts like. What you impress you express, what you send forth returns multiplied. There was a man I knew who constantly declared, I never win anything, nothing good ever happens to me. Life is against me. His words were his tickets, and he kept drawing the same losing number. He was not cursed by chance, he was bound by his own impressions. One day I told him, change your words and you will change your draw. Speak victory, and victory will appear. Speak abundance, and abundance will flow. He resisted, for his mind had become a gambler of defeat, but slowly he began to shift. He started to say, I am guided, I am favored, I am prosperous by divine right. At first it felt like a lie to him, for his affairs showed lack, but as he persisted, the subconscious accepted the new ticket, and his draw changed, doors opened, debts cleared, and health was restored. He did not need to hope for luck, he had aligned with law. Say now with me, my consciousness is my winning ticket. I plant thoughts of wealth, health, and joy, and I reap wealth, health and joy. God's law of supply is sure, and I always draw abundance. Beloved, understand this, when you purchase a ticket in the outer world, you may win or you may lose. But when you impress prosperity upon the subconscious, you cannot lose. The subconscious is not chance, it is certainty. It is the soil that receives every seed, and it never fails to bring forth after its kind. Do not take lightly the thoughts you think before you sleep. Do not take lightly the words you repeat in the stillness of the morning. These are the tickets you place in the drawing bowl of your soul. If you go to bed rehearsing fear, you awaken to harvest weeds. If you go to bed affirming abundance, you awaken to doors opening where no doors stood before. One woman once asked me, should I stop buying lottery tickets if God is my source? I told her, buy if you feel led, but know this, the ticket itself has no power. Your consciousness decides the draw. The ticket may be one channel, but it is never the source. Keep your faith in God, not in paper slips. She released her anxious dependence, and soon she found money flowing through unexpected channels, a gift from a friend, a rise in her wages, a forgotten inheritance. For when the consciousness is right, supply comes from everywhere. Let us affirm together, my mind is the divine lottery bowl, and I place only winning numbers within it. I draw success, I draw favor, I draw prosperity, for God is the pattern, and God is the source. Do you see, beloved? This is why it is said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The heart, the subconscious, is the true ticket drawer. It cannot be deceived by outer actions if the inner pattern is wrong. But when the inner pattern is right, even the outer lottery may become the channel. So guard your consciousness as the treasure house it is. Watch the words you speak, for they are numbers. Watch the visions you hold, for they are tickets. Watch the emotions you permit, for they are seeds. And remember, you cannot draw what you have not first planted. The secret of winning is not to chase numbers, but to align with the divine number written from the foundation of the world, certainty in God's supply. For when you know that your consciousness is the ticket, you no longer wait in trembling hope, you stand in calm assurance. Beloved, as we leave this truth, we step into an even greater revelation. Wealth does not need to be hunted or pursued. For when the consciousness is aligned, wealth itself is drawn to you by divine right. You need not chase, you only need to claim, and so we are led naturally to the next truth, that wealth is not a prize to be won, but an inheritance already yours, unfolding in perfect ways. Beloved, now that you see your consciousness is the true ticket, let us unfold the greater truth. You do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to you. You do not run after prosperity like a beggar at the gates of fortune. No. You stand as a child of the King, heir to an endless inheritance, and what is yours by divine right will find you, will reach you, will embrace you, without struggle. The world has taught you to hunt for riches as though they are hiding, to compete for supply as though it were scarce. But Spirit whispers, you need not chase what is already yours. A child does not chase his inheritance, it is appointed to him. And so it is with you. What belongs to you by divine right cannot be taken, cannot be stolen, cannot be delayed. It will reach you through perfect channels, in perfect ways, under grace. There was once a woman who came to me weary with striving. She said, I have worked and toiled, and yet I see no fruit. I run after opportunity, but it slips through my fingers. Perhaps it is not meant for me. I answered her, cease your running. Wealth is not a fugitive to be chased, it is a magnet that draws itself to you when you know your divine right. Declare it, and watch what was running from you begin to run toward you. She began to change her words. Instead of saying, I must struggle, I must chase, she said, I am divinely provided for. Wealth belongs to me by right, and it comes to me swiftly and surely. Beloved, Within a month, she received an inheritance long forgotten and a promotion at her work without asking. She learned what I tell you now: when you stand in the authority of divine right, wealth comes to you without pursuit. Say with me now, I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. I stand in the certainty of my divine inheritance, and what belongs to me finds me under grace. Beloved, the law of divine right is a law of rest. It is not the restless striving of chance, but the calm knowing of certainty. Just as the rivers flow to the sea without effort, so does your good flow to you. Just as the sun rises without your command, so does supply rise in your affairs. The oak tree does not chase the rain comes by law. And so it is with you. You need not chase prosperity, it is drawn to you because of who you are in spirit. A man once said to me, "But what if another takes what is mine? What if someone else wins the opportunity before I do?" Beloved, hear this truth. What is yours by divine right cannot be taken, and what is not yours would be a burden if it were forced upon you. The law is precise. Your good has your name upon it, written from the beginning, and it comes in perfect timing. To believe otherwise is to believe in theft, but there is no theft in spirit. Let us affirm together, what belongs to me by divine right is mine now. Nothing can block it, nothing can delay it, nothing can steal it. My wealth comes in perfect ways, under grace, by divine appointment. You must train your words, beloved, for words are containers of power. If you declare, I am desperate, I must have, I must chase, you declare yourself a beggar, and you repel your own good. But if you declare, I am heir, I am supplied, I am certain, then wealth, like iron filings to a magnet, is drawn into your orbit. Words are not idle sounds, they are spiritual laws set into motion. The great mistake is to believe prosperity comes through toil alone. Work is but one channel, but never the source. God is the source, and God chooses the channels. Sometimes it is work, sometimes it is gift, sometimes it is sudden opportunity, sometimes it is a door you never even knew existed. But the law is certain, wealth will come. You need not dictate the channel, you only need to know the source. So release your frantic chase, release your restless pursuit. Stand firm in divine right, and speak this truth with me. I live in divine supply. My riches flow to me freely. I am a magnet for prosperity, and wealth is drawn to me now. And as this truth takes root, you will feel the fear dissolve from your heart. You will no longer wonder if you will win. You will know you have already won, for wealth is your inheritance. You will no longer pray in anxiety, but in thanksgiving, for the law is already working for you. Beloved, now we move to an even deeper realization. If wealth is yours by divine right, how then is it claimed? It is claimed by your words, your declaration, your affirmations of truth. Every word you speak is a number, every thought a ticket, every declaration a key. The next great truth is this: your words themselves are the winning numbers in the great lottery of life. Speak rightly, and you always hold the winning combination. Beloved, we have seen that wealth is yours by divine right, and that it comes not through chance, nor through frantic pursuit, but through alignment with law. But how, you ask, does this law move into action? How is the invisible made visible? How do the riches of spirit take form in your affairs? The answer is written plainly in every sacred teaching by the word. Your words are your winning numbers. Every word you speak is a decree, a ticket, a vibration that goes forth into the great lottery bowl of spirit. You may believe you are speaking idly, but the law hears, the subconscious records, and the universe responds. When you say, I cannot afford, you have drawn a losing number. When you say, I am provided for, you hold the winning ticket. When you declare, nothing good ever happens to me, the law obediently fulfills your decree. But when you affirm, everything works together for my good, then heaven and earth conspire to prove you right. Beloved, you are never silent. Every idle word is a seed, every complaint a pattern, every blessing a number in the great draw of life. That is why I say to you with divine authority, speak only what you desire to see, for the word is creative, and spirit cannot deny it. There was a man who always said, money slips through my fingers. Even when I receive it, it disappears. And so it was, for he had written losing numbers with his own tongue. One day I told him, you are writing checks of lack with your words. Begin to write checks of abundance. He laughed, but he obeyed. He began to say instead, money comes to me freely. It stays with me, it grows with me, it blesses me. Within weeks, unexpected income flowed to him. And for the first time in years, he not only received but retained wealth. His numbers changed because his words changed. Say with me now, every word I speak is a number in life's great lottery. I speak abundance, and I draw abundance. I speak victory, and I draw victory. I hold the winning ticket by the words of my mouth. Beloved, do not be deceived into thinking words are powerless. The word created the heavens and the earth. The word calmed the storm. The word healed the sick, and that same power rests upon your tongue. Your words are not mere sounds, they are laws in motion. I recall a woman who once came to me, bitter from disappointment. She said, I have prayed for wealth, but nothing happens. I asked her, what words do you speak daily? She replied, I say I am broke, I say I am unlucky, I say life is against me. I told her, you cancel your prayers with your confessions. You cannot plant weeds and expect roses. Change your words, and your world will change. She began to discipline her tongue. Each time she was tempted to say, I am broke, she instead said, I am abundantly supplied. Each time she was tempted to say, I am unlucky, she declared, I am divinely favored. And as surely as the law is law, her life blossomed. She received work she loved, gifts from friends, and opportunities she had never dreamed possible. Beloved, let this truth be sealed upon your heart. Your words are your winning numbers, and they never return void. Let us affirm together, I speak only words of truth. My words are numbers of power, and they form the winning combination of prosperity. I speak abundance. I speak joy. I speak certainty, and so it is. Now perhaps you ask, but what of the words of others? What if they curse me? What if they speak against me? Beloved, the word of another has no power over you unless you accept it. You may hear their numbers, but you need not enter them into your draw. Cancel every word of fear, every word of lack, every word of doubt by speaking a higher decree. Say, only God's words are true for me, only God's supply is mine. I am untouched by false numbers, for I hold the winning ticket of truth. The key, beloved, is vigilance. Do not let careless speech slip from your lips. Do not jest with words of poverty, for the law does not laugh. Guard your mouth, as you would guard a treasure chest, for indeed it is, and each word you release is a jewel, a number, a decree of destiny. Now, beloved, do you see the great design? Consciousness is the lottery bowl. Wealth by divine right is the certainty of your prize. And words are the winning numbers that set the law into motion. But let us step even deeper. Though you may speak the word, you must also know that the supply you call forth cannot be exhausted. God's wealth is boundless, infinite, and eternal. The next revelation is this: divine substance cannot be depleted, and your inheritance cannot run dry. Beloved, now that you know your words are the winning numbers, let us turn our gaze to the inexhaustible storehouse from which your winnings are drawn. For some fear that if they ask too much, the supply may run out. Some say, perhaps God has only so much to give, and if another prospers, there may be less for me. Beloved, this is the great lie of lack, and I tell you with divine authority, God's supply can never be diminished. The riches of spirit are infinite, eternal, and ever-renewing. The same sun that shines upon one shines upon all. The same rain that nourishes the lily also nourishes the oak. The same breath of life that fills your lungs fills the lungs of every living creature, and yet it is never exhausted. Shall we then imagine that God, the great giver of all, has a ledger with limited sums? No, beloved. Divine substance cannot be depleted, for it is spirit itself, ever flowing, ever unfolding, ever multiplying. A man once said to me, I fear prosperity, for I have been taught that if I prosper, someone else must suffer. What a heavy burden such a belief is. I told him, you do not rob another by claiming your divine inheritance. You rob no one when you draw upon an infinite supply. To withhold your prosperity out of guilt is to insult the giver. God is not a pie to be divided. He is the boundless ocean from which every soul may drink without limit. Beloved, you may take your cup to the ocean of spirit, whether it be a thimble or a great vessel. The ocean does not protest. You have taken too much. It only says take according to your faith. The supply you receive is not determined by God's willingness to give, it is determined by your capacity to receive. and that capacity is stretched, enlarged, and multiplied by your words, your faith, and your expectancy. Say with me now, I drink deeply from the boundless ocean of spirit. Divine supply is endless, and my good is never withheld. I expand my capacity to receive, and I am filled to overflowing. Beloved, the fear of limitation is the great thief of prosperity. When you believe supply can run out, you clutch, you hoard, you beg, and in that vibration of fear you block the very flow you desire. But when you know the supply is infinite, you release, you bless, you give freely. And as you give, you make room to receive more, for giving and receiving are the same breath of spirit. I recall a woman who said, "I dare not give, for I have so little," and so she kept her purse closed, her hand tight, her heart fearful, but her affairs grew tighter still. I told her, "Loosen your grip, for spirit cannot fill a closed hand. Give a small gift, bless it, release it, and watch how the law multiplies it." Trembling, she gave a small coin in faith. Within a week, she received gifts in return tenfold. She learned that the supply is not limited, but ever circulating, like the blood in the body, like the tides of the sea. Let us affirm together, divine substance is inexhaustible. As I give, I receive. As I release, I am filled. God's wealth knows no end, and I live in his abundance. Beloved, know this, nothing you desire can deplete the storehouse of spirit. If you ask for joy, it does not lessen another's joy. If you ask for wealth, it does not steal from another's wealth. If you ask for health, it does not reduce the health of another. Divine good multiplies as it is expressed. One candle does not lose its flame by lighting another, it doubles the light. So too, when you prosper, you increase the prosperity of the world. Do not fear to desire greatly. Desire is the voice of God within you, urging you to claim more of the infinite. Do not say, "It is selfish to want abundance." Say instead, "It is holy to reflect the abundance of God." For to live in lack is to deny the giver. To live in abundance is to glorify him. Beloved, see yourself standing before a vast treasury whose doors can never close. See angels carrying forth jewels, gold, blessings, opportunities, and pouring them into your lap without end. This is no fantasy, this is law. For the storehouse of spirit is always open, and what belongs to you flows without cease. Now speak this truth with me. My supply is endless, for God is endless. My prosperity is eternal, for spirit is eternal. Nothing can run dry, nothing can run out. Divine abundance is mine now and forever. And as this truth settles in your heart, the fear of loss dissolves. You no longer clutch your good, for you know more is always flowing. You no longer envy another, for you know there is enough for all. You no longer fear tomorrow, for you know supply cannot fail. You stand serene in the certainty that your cup overflows, and that overflow blesses others, multiplying good in every direction. Beloved, from this inexhaustible truth we now ascend to the final revelation. If supply is infinite, if your words are winning numbers, if wealth is your inheritance, then hear this, you are already a winner. You need not wait for chance or wonder if prosperity will come. In the law of God, your victory is already secured. You stand now, not as one waiting to win, but as one who has already won. Beloved, now that you know God's supply is infinite, let us rise to the crowning revelation. You are not waiting to win, you have already won. In spirit, your victory is accomplished, your prosperity secured, your inheritance written in the eternal ledger of divine law. You need not plead for it, nor strain to earn it. You need only to awaken to it, to declare it, to walk in it with the calm assurance of one who knows the outcome before the draw is even made. The world would tell you that you are one among millions, hoping against odds, straining for a chance. But I tell you with the certainty of divine authority, in the lottery of spirit, your name is already drawn. The winning ticket is yours, and it was given before the foundation of the world. The game is finished, and you have already triumphed. Beloved, think of the farmer who plants seeds in his field. Does he lie awake at night asking, "Will my harvest come? Will the earth forget to yield?" No, he rests, for the harvest is already assured by law. In the same way, when you plant the seeds of truth in your consciousness, you may rest in certainty. The harvest is yours. You are already the possessor of abundance, health, joy, and victory. Say now with me, I am already victorious in spirit. My good is secure. I do not wait for chance. I live in certainty. God has declared me a winner, and so it is. I recall a woman who once clung in desperation to the hope of winning a lottery ticket. Each week she said, "If I win, then I will be free. If I win, then I will prosper." But her very words bound her to waiting, to postponing her joy. I said to her, "Do not say if I win. Say, I have already won in spirit, and my victory manifests now." At first she resisted, for her eyes saw only lack. But when she began to speak victory as though it were already hers, her life transformed. Money came through channels she had not imagined. Gifts, opportunities, blessings flowed to her. She learned the great secret: one does not wait for the prize in spirit, one accepts it as already given. Beloved, your inheritance is not in the future, it is in the eternal now. Spirit knows no delay. The moment you declare, "It is mine," the law sets in motion to bring it into form. To say, "I will win," is to push your good away into the distance. To say, "I am a winner," now is to call it forth instantly. Let us affirm together, "I am a winner, by divine right. My victory is certain, my prosperity is sure. What belongs to me is mine now, and nothing can delay it." Beloved, many live as though life is a gamble, waiting with trembling hearts to see if fortune will smile upon them. But the truth is, life is not a gamble, it is a law, and the law says, what you believe you receive, what you declare, you draw, what you accept, you express. When you walk in this knowing, you are free from fear, free from doubt, free from the tyranny of chance. A man once told me, "I am waiting for my luck to change." I replied, "Why wait for what has already changed? You are not a creature of luck, you are a child of law. Declare your victory, and watch the universe align to prove you right." He took this to heart, and instead of waiting, he began to affirm daily, "I am prosperous now, I am favored now, I am victorious now." And so it was. Contracts appeared, debts dissolved, his affairs prospered. He discovered what I urge you to know: the moment you claim your victory, life obeys. Beloved, see yourself now as a winner walking in triumph. See yourself not in anxious waiting, but in joyful receiving. See the doors opening, the rivers flowing, the harvest appearing, not someday, but now. For in spirit, all is already accomplished, and time only serves to unveil what eternity has secured. Say it again with boldness: "I am already a winner in spirit, I live in victory now. Abundance surrounds me, prosperity fills me, and nothing can be withheld from me." And as this truth saturates your soul, fear dissolves like mist in the morning sun. You no longer live with the anxious heart of one hoping to win, you live with the serene confidence of one who knows the game is already decided in their favor. You no longer wonder, "Will it happen?" You declare, "It has happened. I receive it now." Beloved, this is the final revelation: God is your lottery source, and in His law you cannot lose. You are already supplied, already favored, already victorious. Walk forth, then, with unshakable confidence. Release every thought of chance, every fear of loss, every shadow of doubt. Declare your inheritance, live in thanksgiving, and rejoice as the law brings forth your visible supply. For you are not waiting for your number to be called. Your number is eternal. Your name is written in the book of life, and your ticket is stamped with certainty. You are a winner now and always, for the spirit within you is unfailing, unlimited, and victorious. Beloved, you have walked with me through the great truths of spirit. You have seen that fortune is not outside you in the games of chance, but within you, flowing from God's infinite supply. You have learned that your true lottery ticket is the consciousness you hold, the thought and faith you impress upon your inner mind. You have remembered that wealth is not chased, but drawn by divine right, arriving through perfect channels, under grace. You now know that your words are not idle, they are the winning numbers in life's eternal drawing. You have felt the certainty that God's substance cannot be depleted, that His supply is inexhaustible and forever flowing. And finally, you stand upon the triumphant truth: you are already a winner in spirit. The prize has been given, the law has decreed it, and nothing can withhold it. So I say to you, step forth not as one who waits, but as one who already possesses. Walk as a victor, speak as a victor, live as a victor. Let no shadow of fear, no whisper of doubt, no illusion of chance shake your certainty, for God is your source, and in Him there is no loss, no lack, no delay. Declare it with me now: I am aligned with divine supply. I am rich in spirit, and therefore rich in form. I am favored, guided, and prospered. What is mine, by divine right, comes to me now, with ease and grace. I am a winner always, for God cannot fail, and his law cannot be broken. Beloved, this is the great secret of life. You are never gambling, never striving, never at the mercy of luck. You are living under law, and the law is perfect, just, and abundant. When you align with it, your life becomes a stream of miracles, a ceaseless outpouring of blessings, a testimony to God's unfailing provision. So go forth in joy, plant the seed of truth in your consciousness. Speak words of victory, hold thoughts of abundance, and give thanks that the harvest is already assured. For truly, you are God's beloved, and your cup runneth over. Say it once more, with power and finality. I am victorious now. I am supplied now. I am prospered now. My lottery is God, and in him I have already won, and so it is.